Hey guys, welcome back to Billy Ray Garage, from a different garage. I'm in my friend's garage because he's got way more room here to do fun activities. We're doing the front brakes with the Wilwoods, so we already did the passenger side to give it a little go to see how hard it is, and they look awesome. So now we're going to do the driver's side. So I already got the car up in the air, tires off, and yeah, so you're just going to remove all this stuff. I would leave this on till the very end. All right, yeah, so guys, in here you got a 12mm socket holding on the caliper and a 19mm holding on the caliper bracket. And then all this stuff will come off, and I would just hang this up in here somewhere temporarily just to keep it out of the way. Like I said, you want to keep that till the very end. When you're ready to hook everything up, you can just disconnect and reconnect. And that's what I did. And it actually worked, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to bang all that stuff out real quick, and then we'll start putting the rotor together and getting everything prepped to go back onto here. Wasn't a terrible job. There's some shims you got to play with, and I'll explain that as I go along. So stand by. Okay guys, we got the rotor and bracket off. That's just chilling there for now. Now the good thing about this kit is you keep this heat shield, so that doesn't interfere with anything, surprisingly. What we're going to do is look at the parts kit, because I will show you what's going to happen here. So, old bracket, old bolts. You're going to save these old bolts and the washer. Now at the end, when you go to finalize this, you're going to use red Loctite, but you don't want to use it right now. So you need spacers on here. So what you're going to do is, you got these little spacers or that fit right in here, little sleeves. So you're going to put that there, put that there. Now on the passenger side, we only use 2 of these. Okay, so I got the sleeve in here. I got the bolt with the washer on the outside, the washer that came off of this. Keep that on there. And I put 2 washers on here. These are the only ones that fit. There's a couple more in the kit that are bigger. They are for other GTOs. We're not going to worry about them. We want to save these. These 2 little guys are going to go with these nuts. They'll be important later. And you got some little itty-bitty smaller ones. They come in later. Like I said, the passenger side took 2. We're going to play with it and see if it lines up. We're going to crank it down, get it in place, and then we can throw the rotor on top of it and see if we need to subtract a washer, add a washer, or just get rid of them altogether. Don't know yet. So we're going to play with that and figure it out. So let me bolt that in, 19mm. Just crank it down, don't have to go too crazy. And then we'll try and put the rotor on, and then we'll go on from there. All right guys, got a little ahead of myself. Got to build the rotor first. So got the hat, got the rotor. Clean it up first with some brake clean and you'll be good. So we're going to put in all these little bolts here, start them, and then when you crank them down to the 155 inch-pounds, just go back and forth like doing a tire. Bruh. Rotor's done, guys. Let's throw it on. Alright, got the rotor in place, put a couple lug nuts on to hold it in, and I got a bunch of goop on me. On here, before you put the caliper on, the other side took 5 washers, I'm doing 5 washers. Whatever you put here has to go on this side, so I got 5 here, 5 here. So let me throw the caliper on and throw the brake pads in, and then we'll see if we have a proper alignment, because on the other side we were rubbing right on here with the caliper against the rotor, so that's no good. So got 5 of them here, 5 here. Let's do it. Another thing too, make sure the pistons are pushed in, because that held us up last time. Get in there. Okay, you're in.
Better than it was.
It appears that we have clearance.
How's your left to right? Like,
I'm gonna look at that. Yeah, we might be good. Let me, throw the brake pads in and see what happens.
yeah, hopefully.
Brake pads going in, they just drop in, hopefully. So That side's good.
Seems to be good. There's not much extra space in there.
No.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
It's a little tight there. Oh, that's because I wiggled that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so now when we do this, we tighten this down and may torque it a little bit.
Okay, and put pressure on on this side. So you might have to do...
Yeah, I might have to put another spacer there, or...
Take one out?
Either if it's touching on this side,
Yeah.
we gotta add one. If it's touching on this side, we gotta take one out. Alright guys, let's see if we can see up in here. So what you want to do is try and get the rotor as center as possible in between the caliper, and then you slide the brake pads in, and then you should be able to spin it, but you gotta tighten down the nut and the washer here, nut and the washer here, because this thing will flex side to side, and it may potentially hit up here like it did last time for me. But we should be good now, but we'll find out. So let me throw that all together and I'll get back to you. Alright guys, all the spacers that we used here work perfectly. So just grinding a little bit on the brake pad, no big deal. We're gonna have to break this in. So now we're gonna try and set up the brake line. So I like to start from here and work my way back to the brake line that's back in here. So let me go set that up and then we'll knock that out. All right guys, forgot another step. You're gonna take each one of these bolts out one at a time and apply red Loctite. So you're gonna take this one out, red Loctite it, tighten it up. Take this one out, red Loctite it, put it back in, because you want to keep the washers in the back from falling out. So do that before you move on to this little brake line. All right guys, brake line kit. So got this bracket. You're gonna stick this little clip in to hold that in. This goes to the brake line going from the brake caliper. And then you got the line, and they give you this little rubber grommet that does not fit the Petter's coilover kit. So we use a zip tie temporarily until we find a permanent solution. So this thing's a pain in the ass to get on. We use a set of these to get it on, and we got it. And also you're gonna need Teflon tape. So Teflon tape this side and a 90-degree elbow that comes out of the caliper. Both sides, Teflon tape, and let's throw it in. All right, we're gonna put this little elbow in, so remove your dopey little sticker. And start putting this elbow in. There's only one way for it to go. And what I did on the other side is I had it facing towards up and back on the other side. It seems to work fine. 7/16 wrench fits around here to spin it, so don't be afraid to use it. All right, that should work pretty good. Yeah, Teflon tape both sides of it. We'll put the line on, get it up and over, and build the bracket out, and we'll be taking all this apart after. All right guys, tighten down this fitting. I got this one ready to go. I'm gonna break this line free after we get this out of here. So we're gonna break this line free. This is a 10mm down here, use a line wrench, and this is an 18mm. We're gonna break it free, and as soon as we do, just plug in this line right in. And also, this thing was mounted with a 10mm little bolt. So take that out too, and let's see if we can do this quickly. There we go. All right, that's broke free. Very cool. I think we got it. Let me get this thing the hell out.
You already put the other line on?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Let me get this guy off.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Alright guys, I had to put a zip tie there because of the grommet doesn't fit. Tie wrap's temporary. This is all cranked down. Let me spray that again and make sure it's clear. Alright guys, just about done with this job. Two things you gotta do. One, tighten this down so your brake pads don't come flying out. And also, when you go to bleed it, you're gonna bleed from outside to in. You have to do the two outside. The bottom ones, you can leave alone. but just tighten them, make sure they're tight. There's a 1/4-inch bleeder screw here. It's a little black guy, not the silver one on the bottom. So start from the outside, go in, and that's your bleeding process. And of course, bleed the rest of the car while you're at it. So let me bleed this thing, get it back together, and then we'll take it for a spin and see if we got to break it in. Alright guys, front brakes are done. They look awesome. So what I got to do now is drive around and bed the brakes. So basically, let me hop in the car. So you have to bed the brakes, the pads and the rotors. So what you're basically going to do is drive around. You're going to go, you know, 50, 60 miles an hour. You're going to slow down and try and get heat in the brakes. You're not going to slam on the brakes. You're just going to cruise around, lightly press the brakes for like a count to 3 to 5. Be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let off. Start going again, and then give double the time. So if you do it 5 seconds, give it 10 seconds, and then do it again for 5 seconds. You're going to do that for a little bit, and then you're going to do more higher speed things. You're going to go from about 55 to 65 miles an hour, and then you're going to firmly press on the brakes down to about 25 miles an hour. And you're going to do that several times to bed the brake pads and the rotors. So let's get on that now. Alright guys, we're going to start off with the bedding process and we'll see how this goes. These brakes feel a lot stronger. Wouldn't be surprised if they lock up. Miles an hour, let off the clutch, squeeze the brake a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feels good to me. Drive forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at about 50 miles an hour now. I'm gonna let off the clutch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we'll speed back up. Go about 10 seconds and then do it again. I'm going to do it quite a bit. You want to build up heat in the rotor. Alright, you guys get the point. Do this 8 to 10 times, and then we're going to do the high speed stopping. Make sure nobody's behind you, obviously. The directions say to do it at a racetrack. Don't have one right now, so whatever. Alright, now we're going to do the more aggressive braking. We're going to go from about 55 to 25. Just firm. You don't have to go crazy. You got a nice straightaway here. Nobody's on the road. Perfect. So, I'm doing 60 right now. So, put it in neutral and... Alright, what's 35? Alright guys, that does it for this video. As you can see, the bedding went well. All the black paint came off of the rotors. They should be good to go now. I'm going to let them cool off and then do a little test on the brakes and see how long it takes to stop. That'll be at the conclusion of this brake series, and then we're going to go on to the back. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. And I'll see you in the next one.